Hi. For my second career presentation, I've chosen a counselor at LDS Family Services. So the organization would be the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Um, as far as people that I know who are in this profession or in this field, there are two people. One I met through the church. We were in the same stake. Brother Clay Jensen actually is a counselor at LDS Family Services in Idaho Falls. And then also Brother Reed Hendricks, who now works for BYU Idaho, was previously a counselor at LDS Family Services. And I've had the opportunity here at BYU Idaho to sit down with him and have an interview with him about marriage and family studies, about counseling. And then also I do have another connection as my mother-in-law works in Salt Lake at the church office building, but she's not in counseling, but at least that still might be more of a foot in the door to work for the church. Now, as far as a working environment, it seems like a wonderful place to work, a good spiritual and positive atmosphere. I'll read this statement from the church's website. It says, "Unique workplace elements make working here a one-of-a-kind experience. While it's not the same as going to church, the spiritual element provides additional direction to our work and added measure of peace in our lives. Church employment is different from working at other organizations, in a good way. Here we're helping in the most important work there is, working in a culture where behavior is modeled after the Savior. In this positive atmosphere, you will be encouraged to seek the direction of the Spirit, and with its guidance, offer your best efforts to the Lord." And then, working for the church means you'll be part of a team where diverse individuals share a love for the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's a workplace where your spiritual contributions are valued. And I really appreciate that to work somewhere like this, you'd never need to sacrifice any of your moral or spiritual values and beliefs, but they would be directly in line with what we believe. So, typical stressors. Now, this information I got from a interview over the phone that I had with Clay Jensen, who again is a counselor at LDS Family Services in Idaho Falls. Now, this really surprised me. He said that a great stressor to him is that in his field at LDS Family Services, being a counselor there, he said, unlike other in the typical job, the paid workers are more powerful than the volunteers. But he says in this job, the volunteers are more powerful than the actual paid workers. And what he means by this is he's referring to priesthood holders when he says volunteers. Members of a church who hold the priesthood, they're volunteer, they're not paid, obviously, but they can have a greater power and influence than he can in helping a family. As a paid counselor, there's times where he can't do as much good as just a volunteer priesthood holder would be able to do. And to him, he said that was one of the stressors. Now, he said also, Clay Jensen has worked as a counselor outside of the church in different states. And in other organizations that he's worked for, he has had weeks where he'll work 50 to 55 hours. But since being at LDS Family Services, he's down to a normal 40, sometimes 45-hour week. So it's been a lot nicer for him to work for the church, but he has had longer weeks in the past. The church has wonderful benefits for its employees. I'll also read a statement they've put. It says, "We provide fair compensation and excellent benefits for employees as they engage in the Lord's work. Benefit options are designed to help employees care for their families, retire with dignity, and serve missions or pursue other meaningful endeavors." So, here are some of the specific benefits. Leave time, paid vacation and sick time, and holiday pay. Health benefits such as medical, dental, and vision insurance. Retirement plans, life and disability insurance, and then wellness program. So definitely great benefits there. They like to make sure that all their employees are able to take care of their families and retire, like it said, with dignity, to be able to pursue righteous endeavors afterward, whether that be a mission or whatever people are able to do. Common job tasks, I wasn't too sure what I could write there. It would always be different depending on who you're working with that day. It might be an individual person, it could be a family, they could have all different kinds of stresses and problems in their life. But I guess the main goal is to strengthen those around you and teach them family life education that will help them to live their life in a more happy and pleasing manner. Alright, educational requirements, of course a master's degree and be a certified counselor to be able to practice counseling anywhere. Starting salary range and experience salary range. So also when I talked to Clay Jensen on the phone, he told me for starting salary the church will just match what you would find is the average for a marriage counselor, which I found in Salt Lake City, so where the church headquarters are. Then the average in that area for a marriage counselor is $45,646 a year. So the church would basically match that. But he did say for an experienced salary, I don't have a number, but he said that for an experienced salary it would be higher within the church organization than you would find in a different organization, because he said the church rewards long-time loyalty, and so the more time you spend loyal in that position within the church, then you can expect to receive greater experience pay than you would somewhere else. Alright, and that's really all the information that I found and that I'd like to share. It sounds like a great profession, especially to work in the church atmosphere. It just seems like it'd be a great opportunity. So I hope you all have a good day.